Hi guys, I'm Dustin and I use the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizers and tools for 5 months. And today I want to show you guys my results and exactly what I did during those 5 months using these tools to go ahead and get these results. To be completely honest with you guys, it was very easy. In fact, you don't need to know anything about the sports you're betting on in order to be profitable using these tools. I started tracking this year in March 2023. In that month, I went up 23.8 units. For $100 unit bettors, you would have been up almost $2,400. Now, it is important to note that I wasn't completely new to these tools. I used them in the past, I just never really tracked my bets until I started in March, but I did look up YouTube videos on how to use these tools and find out what plus EV was in order to be sure I knew what I was doing when I did start tracking and really taking this serious. And you, my friends, are in luck. I can kind of teach you all of that right here in this YouTube video. Here is the Daily Grind Fantasy website. This is just the front page, shows that they have all these tools to offer. You can sign up for 7-day free trials. I will leave the link to that in the description below if you guys do want to check it out. But if you scroll down to the FAQ page, we can find out what plus EV means just from this FAQ page, let alone there's a million videos on the internet. Go ahead, watch them, familiarize yourself. The more familiar you are with plus EV betting, how it's done and what all it entails, the easier it's going to be for you guys to profit with sports betting. But look, what is the term plus EV? Expected value. In betting, the expected value, EV, is measured of what bettors can expect to win or lose per bet placed on the same odds, time and time again. Positive expected value, plus EV, implies profit over time, while negative EV, implies a loss over time. So basically, we are taking plays that have a high percentage chance to hit on either sportsbooks or DFS apps, and over the long term, we will be profitable. So after a great first month with DGF, going up 23 plus units, I ended up getting smacked in the face to start April. I lost 7 of the first 8 days, although the one day I did win, I won 7.79 units, and then I won another pretty big day, 12.5 units that following Sunday. Then I basically went on another stretch of 5 days losing. That just means variance is a thing, guys. There's going to be bad stretches, there's going to be good stretches. As long as you're sticking to the plus EV process, managing your bankroll, and playing profitable plays, it will work out in your favor over the long term, kind of like it did this month. I know 1 month is not the biggest sample size, and it's not exactly what we're preaching here. This is over a longer period of time than just 1 month, but it ends up working out in my favor. I get hot towards the end of the month, have a couple big days, 17 unit, 15 unit, 13 unit days, and I end up 62.4 units. That's $6,400 for $100 unit bettors just in the month of April. So like I just mentioned in my recap of April, bankroll management and variance are very important to understand when plus EV betting. You got to make sure you are always managing your bankroll. Basically, never playing more than 1% of your bankroll on a play ever. That's what we preach. That keeps you in the game for the long run. If you have a $500 bankroll and your unit size is $5, that's 1% of your bankroll, you can be in the game a long time with that. Instead of putting down $50 on one parlay on PrizePicks, losing it, putting down another one, you're only going to get a few bets if you just keep doing that. Stick to the process, play those plus EV plays, and that also helps fight variance. And we fight variance by betting these plus EV plays at volume. If you think about it like this, we have a 60% play that we are playing, right? We play that 1,000 times at 60%. Sure, there could be times where that 40% that it shouldn't hit happens. It could happen 5-6 days in a row, just kind of like the beginning of my April. However, over the long term, that 60% is going to kick in. Math always wins. Here at DGF, we put our math over feelings. We put the math over our feelings. Bingo. There it is. If you haven't noticed yet, I'm giving you my month-by-month results in between me teaching you how to plus EV bet using Daily Grind Fantasy tools and optimizers. And at the end, I will give you guys my full results over the 5-month period that I've been tracking using the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and tools. And now for the month of May, I profited almost 38 units, which is $3,800 for $100 unit bettors. But if you look at the calendar here, I had just a couple big days that really did it for me. You know, I had a 20 unit day on the 5th. I had almost a 10 unit day on the 10th. Go figure. 38.5 units on the 17th, 22.3 on the 24th. Even on the 23rd, I had almost a 14 unit day. So some really big days and quite a few losing days in between. Sometimes that's how it's going to go when you're plus EV betting. But May could have been even bigger than that. If you guys see there, I did go on a 7-day losing streak with some decent units being lost at the end of the month, but that just goes to show you that variance is a thing, and my bankroll and my bankroll management was able to get me through to the next month, still in profit also during the month of May. And now for the fun stuff, how to actually read and use the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer for all your favorite DFS apps, including PrizePicks, which is actually the one that we are currently using. So we're going to use this as an example just to go ahead and look at what we're looking at here. We have the player name, the stat that you're going to be betting, the recommended bet, the number you're getting it at on that specific DFS app, in this instance, PrizePicks, what sportsbooks have this line set to, or sometimes it may be another sport or another DFS app. We'll get into that a little bit later. The odds percent to hit, DGF line, and then what the sportsbooks have these odds set to. They also have these really cool drop downs that will help you filter the optimizer to your liking, but something that you should really be taking advantage of is this drop down that says plus EV plays. You can click 5-pick or 6-pick flex, and it will show you all the plays viable in 5 and 6-pick flexes, which are the preferred slip type here on PrizePicks. As you can see, there are only 3 plus EV plays available on PrizePicks for 5-pick or 6-pick flexes at this time. However, I'm filming this late at night. There's not a lot of value going on right now. Could be on some other apps, and we will get into it when we use some other examples in this video. And not to mention all the sports that are currently populating to the optimizer. When plus EV plays hit the board on PrizePicks, they go directly to the optimizer in real time, and we have anything from CFL, Big 3 basketball, to all your favorite esports, NFL preseason props, depending on when you guys are watching this. I'm telling you, get in right now with your 7-day free trial, roll it into a subscription if you guys want to, but start using the optimizer, start getting used to it before NFL season, because when that comes, things are about to go crazy. We've seen so many large discrepancies in NFL and college football last year. I cannot wait to bet those. In short, and to keep things pretty simple, because there are a bunch of plus EV videos on the Daily Grind Fantasy YouTube channel that go in depth on all of these topics, I just wanted to mention the plays you should be looking for that will be popping up here on the optimizer. Those being some with large discrepancies when comparing sportsbooks lines to PrizePicks lines or DFS apps to DFS apps, including you should be looking for these plays right here. This is Brent Rooker over 0.5 total bases. As you can see, there's no discrepancy when comparing to the sportsbook line. They don't have it set to 1.5 or anything, but they have heavy juice on the over of 0.5, which means they are giving this a favorable outcome to happen. And you see this 58% odds to hit that we have, that's the fair odds percentage. We get that by removing the juice from the sportsbook line. So basically what they are getting per bet as they take it, and it gives us this odds percentage to hit of 58. So if you were to play this play over a long period of time at 58% chance to hit, it will be a really profitable play. Yeah, we just look at sportsbook data. We don't look at the last 5 game logs, who they're pitching against, anything like that. You know why? Because all of that is baked into these odds and given these favorable outcomes by sportsbooks with their $1 million models. They've been profitable for a long time, setting the lines they do in the way that they do it. So we trust them. And if you have all of these books all in agreement that this should be at around minus 164, but you can get it at minus 119 or minus 122 on these other set payout sportsbooks or DFS apps, you're going to want to do it. It's insane value. Math over feelings, people. This is exactly why I say that you don't need to know anything about what you're betting on in order to be profitable when sports betting this way, because you don't have to do any of this research. All you have to be is smart enough to look at a sportsbook's odds across in a line and be like, oh, all of these are at minus 160, but I can bet it at minus 119 odds on PrizePicks. And before I talk to you guys about the discrepancy plays that you'll be looking for and a little strategy on how we play them, I wanted to take you guys through the month of June, which was actually my best month out of the 5, going up 71.9 units. If you're a $100 sports bettor, that would have been a $7,200 month just sports betting. And like I said, you don't have to know anything about sports in order to do this. I mean, I had some big days, thus mostly coming on a 45 unit day on the 28th, a couple 15, 16 unit days, but nonetheless, a lot of losses in the middle of these green plays. It only takes one large day to really make a month, and that one sure did. 45 plus units on one day. These discrepancies can pop up in a few different ways. As you can see here on this UFC play, PrizePicks has the total rounds, over or under, which you would want to take the over in this situation, set to 1, when sportsbooks lines have this set to 1.5. That half round difference in a UFC fight is huge and really moves the needle. So you want to take the over of 1 on PrizePicks, being that sportsbooks have this set to 1.5. There's none up on the board currently, otherwise I would show you, but sometimes in the MLB, we see full pitcher strikeout discrepancies when comparing the sportsbook line in like PrizePicks or Underdog, and these move the needle a ton, creating really profitable plays. However, we mostly see these large discrepancies in niche markets like esports, where there's really no sportsbook odds. None of these big names like FanDuel or DraftKings have odds for these player props. But we can still compare DFS apps to DFS apps in what they set their lines at, because they all set them individually. So if we look here, Venom Zera, his first and second map headshots is set to 22.5 on Underdog, but on PrizePicks is set to 25.5. So there is a 3 headshot difference between these two apps. So what we always say, if these two respectable apps are setting their lines individually, PrizePicks at 25.5 and Underdog at 22.5, usually the middle is going to be the most accurate projection. So what we'd want to do is middle these. We could take the over on Underdog and the under on PrizePicks. Thus, if this lands on 23 or 24 or 25, we can win both bets. Lucky for us, Daily Grind Fantasy has came out with the DFS middling tool, making it easy and very efficient for us to go ahead and take advantage of these middling opportunities. We will see these in NFL as well with like quarterback yards. One app could be posted at 250 yards, the other app could be posted at 275 yards. A 25-yard discrepancy for quarterbacks is insane. You could go ahead and middle it, and I'm gonna show you exactly how we do it. So we see here, nobody is set to 27 kills for maps 1 and 2 in Valorant on Underdog, but set to 30 on PrizePicks, set to 29.5 on ParlayPlay. So PrizePicks being the highest and Underdog being the lowest. You want to take the over of 27 on Underdog, the under of 30 on PrizePicks. This is literally showing you the best bang for your buck in middling these. So on down here, the best play to play this one, over on Underdog, under on ParlayPlay at 31.5, that you get it at minus 114 odds there on ParlayPlay. Now the perfect middle isn't going to happen every time, but if you look at this play, there's a 4-kill opportunity where if it lands on 27, 28, 29, or 30, you technically either win both bets or don't lose both bets. The higher the kill discrepancy, or the more the kill discrepancy, the higher percent chance it is to middle. And now month 5, July, I went up 45 units, which is about $4,500 for $100 unit bettors. As you can see, you basically wanted to tail me this month, Thursday through Saturday, because that's when I did all my damage. But there was good runs, there was bad runs in the month of July. Still ended up 45 units plus EV betting using these tools. And finally, the last thing before I show you my total profits over the last 5 months using DGF, I wanted to mention to have every single DFS app that you can available to you in your state, downloaded and ready to use. Be able to line shop using all of these apps. It's super important that you get the best number when plus EV betting. So please, download all of these apps. They will be linked in the description. You'll get a 100% deposit match on basically all of them, as well as linked in the description. 7-day free trials for DGF. Check it out. Try it out. Get ready for football season. It's coming up quick. So just a quick recap. Bankroll management, variance is a thing, line shopping, playing plus EV plays at volume in the correct slip type is your recipe for success. Make money. And now, drum roll please. My total profits over the last 5 months using the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizers and tools is 237.40 units, which is about $23,700 to $100 unit bettors over the last 5 months sports betting using the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizers and tools. If you enjoyed this video or you want to learn more about plus EV sports betting, drop a like on this video and subscribe for more.